everybody, it's Wilbits! And we're playing Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. Case 2! We're through the investigation, we're finally doing the case! Mr. Wright's not here today? I'm right here, hello, hi. He said his old foot injury was acting up. His injury that he doesn't have. The one he talks about when he's lying and just doesn't want to do something. Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine. As long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. I will be fine. Here comes justice. Here it comes. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Ooh, do some now. I want to see. Here? Huh? Oh, alright. My name's Apollo Justice, and I'm fine! That's voice training. You just shout real loud. It's not about doing anything complicated. It's not about making any special noises. You just say, I'm fine, and that's enough. That's not what it is. You're supposed to say things. That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training. Thank you, Trucy. Thank you. I'm fine, you know what I'm saying? Oh. Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, G, see if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Not really.
Wocky, don't be running your mouth like that in here. Don't you gotta... It's me, big wins.
See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. They're saying things very loudly. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. Yikes. Yikes. Okay, so our guy just thinks he did it. My goodness.
Court is now in session for the trial of Wocky Kitaki.
I forgot that was his name. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, Herr Judge. It's me, the guy you met once earlier. The most helpful prosecutor. I'm actually curious what it's going to be like having Klaus, what's his name? Clavier? Yeah, in the thing. It's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? The prince is what she wanted to say. The prince, the one I love. We have a magician in our corner. Trucy, do some magic for me. It's Mr. Gavin's brother. The guy I worked for, who then was a criminal, who went to jail, but he's really nice for some reason.
Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence?
You know, that little band I started in my free time, the thing is, we got real popular. We actually made more money than I do as a lawyer. I make lots of money as a lawyer. Did you know prosecutors make lots of money? Yes, we do. Not defense attorneys, I hear. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah?
I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I missed you at all of our prosecution judge hangout barbecues. The ones that I throw and then no one ever shows up to, but I figured, you know, there was a reason. I feared that you might still be distraught over that one trial. The trial where your brother...
Not to worry, Herr Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? I didn't... Technically, the other guy, I didn't... It was worth cancelling a show or two.
Understood. You may give your opening statement to the court.
Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious?
It is a court of law. And I'm a very serious man.
That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Herr Judge.
They're not supposed to jump. They're supposed to wave their hands in the air, and they're supposed to care quite a lot. This is a courtroom.
Achtung, baby! Today, we play it my way. I like him already. What's that noise? Is everybody in the crowd? Sometimes you have to get up in order to get down. To prosecuting. This is crazy. What? The victim, Pal Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand.
What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand? Were they healing noodles? Could you eat them and they would like knit your wounds?
Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean, undeniable? If you're to glare at anyone, Herr Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see.
Very well. Please admit this witness to the court.
Ooh. Whoa. Oh. Wow. 9. Not yet. I have to play the air guitar first. First, there is a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I swear, I could see the guitar for a second. Ooh. I hope he shows me the guitar later.
What is it, Prosecutor Gavin?
The motive, Herr Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Not so fast! The defendant doesn't have to explain that! But what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning when I talked to him? Oh, what's in? What do we do? I want to give a shout out to all my homies! I believe he said it was quite endearing.
What?
What is right? They always say that on stage. You should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. You have to make a good impression straight away. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly?
Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son, are the defendant. Wocky, are you?
I ain't your son, old man! You step to a Kitaki, you best be prepared to step strong! You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him. Wocky sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about.
Well, then, the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. Why not?
Wocky Kitaki's truth. I tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in, get another doctor, patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Blap, blap.
You're saying you were one of the victim's patients?
A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street, to that. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack!
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination to determine whether or not this doctor was truly whack.
I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. I live in a hoodie, and then I have a hoodie that I just took off. It's over there. I tell you one thing, that doctor was a quacker! Do you mean to say that he was a duck? First of all, the word you're looking for is quack. And isn't that a little harsh? He's your family doctor. Who asked you, Pointylocks? Just who do you think you are? Your lawyer? Look, I ain't trying to hear that. He was the quacker, plain and simple. Somebody had to show him what's what. show which was which. By someone you mean, was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean, of course. You better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my own mind and did what had to be done, straight gangster style.
But why were you so mad at this doctor?
Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, J-Man. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my arm something bad. So you were a patient at the Maractus clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Can't you explain precisely what was wrong? We had a little run-in with the Rivales family. Yeah. That's when I pulled a jack move. Boom! And ran into an ambush. G busted that cat right in me. Whew. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time. By yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys, clearly. I mean, obviously.
So you were carried to the Maractus clinic from there?
Apparently, he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart? And you're to blame? You give love a bad name. And he's still alive? I can catch bullets between my teeth. Or at least I can pretend to. I actually have one hidden just inside my mouth. And then I just step to the side and I pretend I'm grabbing the bullet. Anyway, you don't need to know. You don't need to know how the trick's done. You don't need to know how it's done. But I never learned how to catch them with my heart. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper, you know what I'm saying? Thumper, 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 thump. My thumper. My little rabbit from Bambi. The one who falls in love with the other rabbit. Yeah, you know the one. I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. Can't even take a bullet out of a Wocky Kitaki. So as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of the Holmes. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later. Bye-bye. What do you mean he just lets you go without a word? What do you think it means? Just whack, that's what?
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad for a thing to be whack.
It sounds as though Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. And I'm the baddest G there is. So that makes him the even badder G than the baddest G. So I gotta go in, get another doctor, patch me up again. So this bullet is still... You know it! I can still feel it! There on my thumper! Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. It's romantic. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's one of our hit singles, you might have heard it. On the radio, where I make a lot of money.
Well, it sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice.
Well, J-Man, wasn't no accident, that's faux shizzle.
It seems that there were issues with this doctor.
Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Wocky, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. That's me, by the way. Hi, my name's Apollo Justice. I am your defense attorney. Stop saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. Back straight.
But why did this mistake only come to light that day?
It was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? So that was the wackest thing of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all of that. Better to die young than fade away, bizoy. A relief to hear. Eh? What a relief. Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. He's next to your heart, you silly man. Did you not know? What? Yes, Herr Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. It's kind of like, it's like the Iron Man, where he has the shrapnel when it's going towards his heart, so he makes a magnet, and then, anyway, it powers his suit, it doesn't matter. It's pretty cool, it's a good movie, you should see it. Knowledge that could have saved your life. But now you're dead. No, No, wait, that's whacked! That's whacked, ma'am! Wrong, I did Apollo's voice. That is proof, your checkup report. Okay, that's gonna be important. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you. Oh, it is like the song that I am writing, even now as I think about it. You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started, eh?
Started?
We've had enough of a warm-up, Atya. Time to hear from the witness. Wocky sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? I was gonna respond in chat, but who just showed up on my thing? Who is this guy? Okay, alright. No, surely there are other surgeons who could do it, but I guess this guy specialized in particularly weird bullet-related injuries and that kind of stuff. Okay. So, you will tell us your name and your occupation.
My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you mean profit-sized ideological slaveholder, which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation. And once we have accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not just thought per se, but derives instead from the vagueness inherent in all representations of thought.
By which he means to say that he is a student. I hate when they do. I actually love when they do the really fast text, but I wasn't ready for it to keep auto-scrolling that much. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Oh, filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my...
Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Okay?
Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime.
You ask quite simplistically what I saw. However, we understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, each of these designed to receive and interpret data, sending images in the form of signals to the brain.
A night in the park. Testimony.
That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them.
His first name is Wesley.
One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Oh.
Was there anyone else in the park at that time?
I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not.
The pistol our witness refers to is this.
The court accepts this into evidence. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, what are you staring like that at the witness? That man? I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Okay, his eyes are killing. Every part of this character is actively, like, stabbing me right now. I'm dying. I die.
That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them.
What were you buying? I have to know. On the way home from shopping, you say? Why go through the park?
Ah, a fascinating inquiry. revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let us consider the time saved by passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I am capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes 24 seconds to complete one such set, ergo the time to complete 2 is an average 6 minutes 48 seconds. However, in the case that the questions are in the verbal category, admittedly not...
That's enough. I get the idea.
Mr. Justice, the court hopes to finish cross-examination sometime this month.
Please, I have a recording booked after this trial. I would like to get to it today. And I've got a show to perform. Why are you guys booking things? Gee, sorry you're all so busy. I'm just doing my job. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I plan to do it correctly. I guess all of you guys need other jobs. Maybe we should hire some actual lawyers for this.
One man pulling a stand, another man facing him.
Were these men talking by any chance?
Oh, now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. One only fragments, such as "you lied to me." Oh, and "I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal."
It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart.
If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony. Oh.
Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me.
Hold it. Might I be allowed to amend my testimony?
What now?
To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swear it on my diploma that I
Haven't earned yet. You're still a student. What's the difference? And this other man, who was he?
I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant.
How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been too dark.
Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier.
Huh?
You see, in class I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why?
Who cares?
Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes.
And this relates to your testimony how?
I mention this to illustrate my predisposition to that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is a hard, immutable fact.
He sure is confident. He seems to be telling the truth, too. But a guy wasn't shot. He was stabbed. And that's what's going to be important. Let's just go through. Let's just press and see what spills out.
In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand.
Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same as the one just submitted as evidence?
Am I sure? Surely you jest. Or so a common witness would be tempted to say.
Huh? Yes, he was stabbed. That's an important thing.
Yet I am no common witness. I see not only the events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night in the park, which indeed restricted my field of vision due to insufficient levels of illumination. Now, if we consider the pistol, let us call it Object A, was indeed shrouded in darkness. It becomes difficult to say with certainty that Object A was indeed Object A. Wouldn't you say?
Was he shot? I'm pretty sure that he was stabbed, even though we found a gun. Let's check the court record on that, actually. Autopsy. Oh no, it was a single bullet. Never mind. Who am I thinking of who was stabbed? He was shot. I'm way off. Time of death, June 14th. Cause of death, bullet to the temple. So the gun is important. You're right. I'm way off. I'm thinking of something else. Let's see. Fingerprints, car. What am I thinking of? There was a knife and a gun thing. Alright. But it was to the temple, so it couldn't have been shot straight on. That's what it was. We found a knife on the scene, but the guy... Aha! Okay, I knew there was a knife. I knew there was a knife for some reason. This. Also, there's a shiv found at the crime scene, bears Wocky's prints. But the gun had its fingerprints wiped off of it, which he wouldn't have done. So, that's important. Wocky's checkup report. Results from a checkup performed in June. Metallic object found near heart. Was this a noodle stand? Victim died pulling it. For some reason. How weird. Anyway,
I think he means he couldn't see it that clearly.
my badge for a normal witness. Please, someone just give me a normal human being.
Yet the fact that a pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead.
But it is his temple, so that's wrong. But we're going to press it before we present evidence. Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired?
Yes, of course it was one shot. Why do you ask?
Aha! A contradiction, finally! Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. A clear contradiction. Good eyes, Herr Justice. You're cool. Real cool. Ooh, yeah, you're like a Pop-Tart. You really think so? Yet, there is no reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night.
Meaning?
This pistol came from the Kitaki family mansion, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night. During, perhaps, another altercation? With the Kitakis, who are a gangster family? He's got a point.
Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem.
He seems pretty confident in his testimony.
We always make the biggest mistakes when we are most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it.
Right. Better give that testimony another listen. So the number of bullets doesn't matter, but we know that our biggest problem... Oh no. I went too far. It would be funny if Wocky accidentally shot himself in the heart, but that would have been from a long time ago. Okay. Pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead, we're going to present the autopsy, a bullet to the right temple, not the forehead. Even a scholar like you would surely know the difference between the middle of the forehead and the side of the head. Objection. Phew. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you? Relaxing, I see, Herr Justice. How nice. Huh? Oh. Objection!
Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. You said that earlier.
Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet.
Right. Look at this.
The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report?
Right, a problem. Problem. Well, yes! The problem is the location of the entry wound.
The location?
You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not?
I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not a geometrical absolute. What do I mean by this? For example, the defection of a meter, the wavelength of the light emitted by a krypton particle, as we all know. In addition, it is a well-known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely that...
Mr. Justice!
Yes?
Was your objection to these, krypton particle things?
This is big time, and you are obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here.
Do tell.
Just look at this autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple.
Temple?
Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction. Isn't it? Yes? Right? I a good lawyer? It is, right? Finally! I'm a good lawyer! I'm a good lawyer! Hair justice. Oh, hair justice. Yeah? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? What? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Hair forehead. Forehead? What? Let us imagine that you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, hair forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop! That's not fine!" And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!" And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ah! The victim turned his head at the last moment.
Yes, thank you for jogging my memory.
It sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required.
Sure. Just change your testimony.